Starting now.
You ready? You want me to clap?
No, it's good.
All right, let's
All
go.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
Jimmy. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of King of the Court. We are your hosts, Tyler and
Jimmy Miller.
Jimmy Miller,
The
one and only. Do people call you Jimothy or James?
Someone has called me Jimothy before.
Jimothy?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know Joe Rogan, I assume?
I do.
You know how he has podcasts of like 3 to 5 hours?
Yes.
I feel like today might be one of those. There's a lot to get to. There's a lot to go over while Jimmy sends off an email.
Sorry, I'm ready. I'm locked in.
He's locked in. He's locked in.
All right, here we go.
All right,
Tyler.
welcome back. We have a lot to get over, to talk about, like I said. First, let's go through our sponsors. This would not be possible without our title sponsor, which is the PICKLR.
The PICKLR.
We love the PICKLR. We'll get into the PICKLR, but we just had Salt Lake City MLP this last week at one of the PICKLR locations, actually at the headquarters, and pretty much everybody had a great time, great experience, and so we'll get into that.
Yeah, it was incredible. Just a quick reminder from the PICKLR. This is the last chance, last week. By the time this comes out, we might be at the end of the rope to sign up for the Heritage Cup. OG wood paddles.
All wood paddle.
Old school, competitive matches, true pickleball culture. 100% free, even if you're not a member.
Wow.
So that's huge, right? Like that's big. In fact, I think we're here at the Lehigh PICKLR. I think I'm going to come out. Should I come out and play in that?
Do it.
Should I snap a wood paddle over my knee?
Get some splinters. Do you call them? Do you call them splinters or slivers?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like if it goes under the nail, I call it a sliver because sliver sounds worse than splinter.
I feel like sliver is more of a Utah / maybe West
sliver,
Coast.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of Utah, I'm not sure there was a single person from out of town that didn't hit up Swig every single day. Swig was bumping. In fact, I had people approach me and be like, hey, Swig open on Sunday?
Is it?
Not that I know of. Not the ones here, but maybe up there.
Gotcha.
They're heathens up there.
Yeah, real quick. What about Layton? What are your thoughts on Layton?
Layton.
You got to add that to one of your do not go.
Yeah, listen, like we're calling it MLP Salt Lake. It's not really in Salt Lake. It's in Kaysville. Kaysville's fine. It's kind of smaller. It's not. Layton is a little rough.
Layton's interesting.
Yeah, Layton's rough around the edges.
Do you know what furries are?
Yeah.
So there were furries in my hotel.
Really?
And I was about to board an elevator to go up to my room, and 3 of them came around the corner, and they were about to get in the elevator with me, but it took forever, and they eventually...
their tails wouldn't fit or what?
I kid you not. They all had tails, mask, everything. And they eventually took the stairs. I don't know if they wanted to be in the same elevator with me or what, but it was interesting. I was about to make some interesting comment about some parties or something like that, but I didn't. But that was the first time I've seen some furries in real life.
Do you remember when APP did the APP Chicago?
I was thinking about that, and that is possibly the most funny, ironic thing that has ever happened in pickleball.
Literally furry convention next to APP Chicago.
At the same time a pickleball tournament is going on.
Yes. So Shelby Bates.
Going up an escalator with furries.
Yes. So Shelby Bates, who I love, was sending me videos from that event, and it was incredible.
How funny is that?
You know what? Also, here's random. Speaking of random hotels, so I got a hotel one night there. I drove back and forth 3 days, and then the last day I was like, I'm over this. Freaking traffic was hellacious.
Yep.
I got a hotel, and there was I walk into the hotel. It was just a Courtyard Marriott, right? And the lady at the front desk is crocheting, right? Uh-huh. It's like 4:00 in the afternoon. I was like, whatever. She's probably bored. But then I look over, and I see all these kind of older women, really like our demographic. Mm-hmm. Should have walked in there. And it was a cross-stitch, like crocheting convention. And they were all in the ballroom. And they were like freaking doiling. They're making doilies, making hot pads. These ladies were, and dude, like you want to talk about fast hands? They were cooking. Like these ladies were, and so I kind of like peeked my head in, and there was sewing. I mean, there was hundreds of them in there.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Layton, Utah, man.
Layton, Utah. The cross-stitch crochet. I think they're different things, so I think I'm mistaking them. Someone's going to correct me. But I'm pretty sure it was crochet. The one with the yarn.
Okay.
crocheting convention of the world. Yeah. So
All right, Jimmy, real quick, we're all over the place here, but
that's what we do.
last podcast, I came off a little bit ignorant. You came off a little bit rude, as per usual. But,
Oh my, what? I was
but
not
somebody
rude.
said here, St. Louisian here, you just lost a fan. Listening to Tyler showing he needs to look at a map occasionally, really inexcusable to not know our city, which just experienced a devastating tornado, is not where Hurricane Katrina took place decades ago. Try New Orleans. Hey, Jimmy, how about just not coming back since we have so little to offer a guy like you? I'd rather be in St. Louis than anywhere in Utah any day. Oh, Anna, Kate, Gabe, Big H, please kick Tyler's butt next time you face him on the court. Go Shock. And I said,
Did Ross Chaffetz send that? Who sent that?
And I said, my deepest apologies. I, Tyler, will try to look at maps more and be more educated. My apologies. As for Jimmy, I can't make any promises, but I will try my hardest to get him to say something nice about St. Louis. Jimmy, here's your chance.
Yeah.
St. Louis, what is nice about St. Louis?
St. Louis was fine. Like
No, we don't need fine. We need something nice.
That was nice.
Nice.
Okay. St. Louis looked really good from 30,000 feet on my way out of there. Okay.
In the rear view mirror.
In the rear view mirror. No, listen, let me tell you about St. Louis, okay? St. Louis is, I mean, it's just a Midwest, it's Midwest, not South, just a Midwestern town.
Okay.
I feel like they want to be like DC, but it's actually not old enough to be DC. Doesn't really have the history to be DC.
I feel like this is going the opposite direction.
It does match the crime rate of DC, so I'll give them credit for that. They do have a massive aquarium, although I heard some people went to it and it wasn't worth the $35. There is a Ferris wheel. I saw that. Oh, I got it. St. Louis, you guys, they have the biggest IKEA I've ever seen.
They've got to have good food. Food has got to be good. They have a
So I went to the food hall.
barbecue. Is it barbecue down there?
Yeah, the barbecue was disgusting. So I went to the food. I'm serious. I'm not like I went to this barbecue place at the food hall. It was horrible. They're not Kansas City, like so, but they did have a pizza place at the food hall. That was really good. I don't even know what it's called.
All right, this took a turn for the worse.
No,
So
Busch Stadium's cool.
all right.
Home of the Cards. Go Cardinals.
Okay. Also, moving on, we have a code, KOTC code for all PPA and MLP tournaments.
Also, I bet that guy's never been to Salt Lake.
Yeah, let's have him say a few things nice about Salt
Yeah,
Lake.
there's no chance that he's ever been to Salt Lake. I'm telling you right now.
All right, code KOTC works for all PPA and MLP tournaments.
Nobody living in St. Louis can afford to actually come
We
to Salt
had
Lake.
so many people, I don't know about you, come up to me this last weekend. Our Utah fellow native local friends said, hey, we use your code. We saved $30 to $50. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I also had a lot of people reach out. So last year, let's talk about the growth of MLP real quick. So last year, I had people, I was given tickets, a large block of tickets. I actually spent a lot of time because the way they send the tickets, it's like by number. And anyways, I gave out a lot of free tickets last year. So this year, I had a ton of people hit me up. So I reached out, talked to the ticketer, the ticket operations.
Wow, that guy just smashed his paddle on his leg.
Is that a bird paddle?
Kate Fahey status.
Dude, he looks mad. Anyways, I reached out and I was like, how are ticket sales? Ticket sales were bumping, insane, out of control. And you saw the crowds all weekend. I was not given free tickets. I was not given any to give out. So I apologize to all of you that reached out. Most of you I didn't even respond to because I forgot. But listen, MLP is bumping. No more freebies.
All right, awesome. Thank you for using our
But you
code.
can use our code. That's the best that it gets.
Code KOTC at PPA and also MLP events.
Or join our giveaway.
We also, if you're interested in a birthday shout out or an analysis or anything like that, we are on Cameo. Go check us out on Cameo. And also, we have a Pickleball Central link. You have to click on it in the description below to apply a small discount.
I feel like we should. This guy's going to crash out. I'm going to give you guys a play-by-play today. This guy's absolutely going to crash out. He's one dude. He's playing with 3 women.
Oh, he just hit a ball that was going 30 feet out.
Literally had to jump for a ball over his head that was going to hit the middle of the wall. He's already smashed the paddle on his leg. These ladies are absolutely wrecking him, and he's going to have a complete meltdown. So we'll keep you updated on that.
All right. Okay, Jimmy, we have so much to get into.
Yes.
We have MLP Salt Lake City that just occurred.
Yeah. Let's get right into it, dog. Day one. Day zero.
Paint the picture
-1.
for us. Paint the canvas.
Let's paint the canvas. Thursday. Might have been Wednesday. It was Wednesday. MLP Salt Lake has not even begun. Let me back up a little bit. The Bay Area Breakers. Okay, they have Sam Querrey on their roster. There's a little finagling done there. I mean, we can call it what it is. I think it's okay. Sam, it was not going to play. They went and traded for Sam. They're like, great. Now we can just, because the waiver wire had ended, they can essentially use Sam to get whatever sub they want. Mm-hmm. Right? So they've been using Colin Johns. They use Jonathan Trong. So they get Colin Johns for this event. Now, a little background for those that are new to the show or have been living under a rock, or maybe they're in St. Louis without any internet. Colin Johns chose to, last year, Colin Johns sent out his infamous email after MLP Salt Lake. Mm-hmm. The email that said that basically it's not fair to Ben that he has to play with a bunch of scrubs, that quarterfinal jackasses Zane and Will talk crap on the court, but could never beat him in a real event. The lighting sucks. The court spacing sucks. I mean, he just went off on this email, right? And ended up getting leaked. I don't know how or who or why, but
who leaked it?
I had no idea, but I'm glad that I was one of the recipients of it. So ended up getting leaked. He got pissed off. And that was the MLP where they essentially just tanked. They didn't even try.
Okay.
Right? So fast forward, he does not have to play. He's not on a team. Ben is not there. Mm-hmm. He's not on a team. And for whatever reason, Jeff, who must have some magic powers, convinces Colin to come play. Mm-hmm. Colin shows up. It's the day before MLP, and I have a video. I posted it on Twitter if you guys would like to if you guys would like to see it. Colin is walking around the court with a lumen checker. Light meter, yeah. And he's with Jason Bowerly, who's the head of construction of all the PICKLRs. So he's built 60 PICKLRs at this point, 47 with 65 going, right? He's the sound baffling. Every detail this dude has come up with, he knows every spec inside and out. So Colin's walking around with this, and he's checking the lumens, and you can see he's very animated, and he's kind of complaining. So Colin was saying that the lux, the number of lux, which is light, I guess. Lumens, needed to be at least 300 or something like that. That's what he was complaining about. And they were like, no, you're wrong. It's actually 600 is the minimum. So Colin didn't even know the rules. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what the actual rules were that he was bitching about. So they go and get the construction guidebook for PPA events for Colin. And maybe we could post a picture of it or something. The minimum standard is 600 for pro events. For amateur events, it's actually only 300. Okay? The average standard is 725.
Okay.
Right? So Colin is complaining about this. This court, Tyler, this is championship court, first of all. Colin never even set foot on that, so I don't know why he was even measuring. This court was between 900 and 1,100 lumens all the way around the court. There is a video, and he is walking around. I think at one point it does dip. It does dip to like 810 for about a half a second. Mm-hmm. He's walking around every part of this court measuring it, and it is well beyond anything that's beyond not just the minimum, but beyond the actual like high standard of what PPA requires. Mm-hmm. So the lighting was, according to the standards of the PPA, the lighting was great. Beyond great. Incredible. So then, because Colin was proven wrong about that, he flips. And he says, well, I don't like how it fluctuates between like 900 and 1,100 or whatever it was. Because it fluctuates near the kitchen line.
Yeah.
Well, do you not think that like nets and bleachers and things like that cast somewhat of a shadow?
Yeah.
So, of course, it's going to fluctuate a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways.
I mean, I've always said this. I think indoor venues, you're able to create the most perfect environments. Even indoor, I don't think it's perfect, but I think you can create the most perfect, as close to it as possible. Outdoors, you have shadows. Guess what? The sun is moving, and you have wind to deal with. And so all these things, they play a massive role. What if clouds go in front of the sun? It affects the lighting. And so I mean, to say the sun is always consistent is just not accurate also.
I mean, it's just wild. It was just a wild thing. And look, like, you know, Will Howells posted on X. He's like, well, at least he's doing it before the tournament. A little bit of respect for that. And I was like, okay, but he chose to come here.
The only thing I would say
was told that somebody reached out to the PICKLR. I won't say who. After Colin complained, somebody who was associated with Colin was like, hey, can we talk about the lighting before the event? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Literally, like, go away. You chose to come to this event, and the lighting is beyond anything that's required.
Okay. Agree. And also, you said that you thought that lighting on GS was actually even better than on CC.
Yeah, because the bleachers weren't there, right? It felt like the lighting was a little bit better on GS.
Gotcha.
Which, again, the lighting was fine. I actually asked my team. I said, hey, no bias. Yeah. Like, I just be completely honest, because we're always, like, I have nothing to do with the PICKLR. Let's just be clear. But we're always looking to improve. They're looking to improve. MLP's looking to improve. I said, what do you think? And Lena and Michael Lloyd, Lane, they're all like, this is one of the best venues we've been at all year.
I wonder, so last year at this event, I wouldn't say the majority, but I would say there were a couple players that did make comments about the lighting. This year, honestly, I haven't heard any of that except for outside of Colin. And so I wonder if players have tempered expectations or if the lighting has gotten better.
I think, one, it got better. And look, last year, I think what happened was the court spacing was a little bit of a problem on GS. Mm-hmm. If you remember, AL was literally hitting the wall with her paddle like on purpose before she served. Jilly B crashed into the wall and like gyrated because she had to make a scene. But this year they changed all of that.
Yeah.
And the court spacing was great. I didn't see any problems with court spacing.
Yeah.
I didn't see any issue. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was a pretty phenomenal setup. The bleachers were freaking high.
Yeah.
It was loud. That place was rocking. Thursday at freaking 2:00, that place was rocking.
Yeah.
So shout out Salt Lake. Salt Lake showed out.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, maybe, AJ Kohler told me the reason that attendance wasn't great in St. Louis on Thursday was because people in St. Louis actually have jobs, which might be true. But Salt Lake, they don't. So they were there in full force.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Colin decided to start the event.
Okay.
And it kind of went from there. So we'll just real quick, we'll go Challenger first, just really fast, just because, I mean, it's real easy to talk about because the Bears went 5-0. No big deal. Knocked off Vegas, knocked off the Chefs.
How does Jim Kloss feel about that?
Well, I mean, our girls have now beaten the Las Vegas Night Owls women 4 times in a row.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Have you challenged Hard Eights for a charity match of $50,000?
We did, but only if the Hard Eights pay the appearance fee for our players.
Okay.
Because we don't love charity enough. We just like to make challenges that we're actually not going to follow through on.
Okay.
So, yeah. By the way, that is sarcasm. I've had 5 people message me, Tyler, asking why Andre and CJ hate each other. Yes. They do not hate each other. That was sarcasm on the last pod. That was also sarcasm.
Does somebody else hate each other on that team? Like, why would you say that about the team?
I have no idea, but Hunter said that Paris cheated on him. Did you see that?
I don't know if he said cheated. I thought he said integrity.
Integrity and honesty. That means she cheated. She cheated. It's okay. It is what it is.
She could have said a lie.
What? A lie to break him up?
I don't know.
No, it's okay. It is what it is. Like, own it at this point. We all know about it. Right? Paris and Jaume. It is what it is. Moving on. Okay. Moving on. Challenger. The Bears had a great weekend. We were in 5th place going into the weekend. Finished in 3rd, which is big.
Yeah.
14 points. We won 4 matches in regulation, 1 match in the Dream Breaker. Pretty impressive. Martin.
That means you guys end as 3rd, and you're able to choose who you play.
We choose our opponent, so we chose Florida. Okay. Florida's in 6th place. So we chose Florida, which means we avoid. We've kind of, oddly enough, we've played Florida obviously well this year. We've played Vegas very well, even though we only beat them once. But we've taken the Dream Breaker 3 times and lost by 2 points in every Dream Breaker. So we've played them very tough.
Okay.
DC, for some reason, and Bay Area, we haven't played as well. I don't know if we're just bad matchups for them.
It's Rafa. It's that Rafa effect.
So it was, we got Rafa yesterday, though. But when it mattered, too.
Yeah.
But being able to avoid those 2 is massive.
Yeah.
That's big. So
remind us of the stakes. So top 2 teams get promoted.
So one team gets promoted.
Okay.
So they changed it to one team gets promoted. So
you
Vegas
do not want to be stuck in Challenger next year.
No, and our team doesn't deserve to be in Challenger. And there's a lot of teams that don't, a lot of players that don't. So Vegas is the 1, the Chefs are the 2. We're the 3, Bay Area is the 4. Oh, sorry. DC's the 4, Bay Area is the 5, Smash are the 6. So first 2 teams get a bye.
Okay.
So Chefs in Vegas get a bye. So we'll play Florida, Bay Area will play DC. The winners of that advance, and then Vegas will get to choose who their opponent is. So they'll get to choose. Assume we beat Florida. It's a big assumption, but just assume. And say DC advances. I mean, again, Bay Area could advance. Vegas could choose between us and DC or us and, and then Nashville will get the other team.
Okay.
That matchup is best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
The first one is just single elimination.
Okay.
And then
so quarterfinal is 2 out of 3?
Well, there's only a semi because there's only 6 teams.
Gotcha.
Is 2 out of 3. And then the winners of that will play a championship match 2 out of 3 in New York.
Okay.
Just the winners, just the top 2 teams.
Okay.
So we're pretty pumped. We had a good weekend.
Does the team that goes up to Premier, do they have to pay extra money or anything like that?
So you don't have to pay extra money. The league fee is the same for everybody, and it's split amongst all the teams. Now, if a team goes in and they spend $1 million on a player, that comes out of the league fee. Does that make sense? So that means everybody else in the league has to pay less money, right? So, when teams are spending, it actually is good for other owners in a weird way, even though it ruins the competitive balance, right?
Gotcha.
So if you go into Premier next year and you want to compete, look at Chicago. Chicago went in, they're like, we're going to go spend $400,000. We're going to get Ignatowicz and James and Max Freeman and Glosman, Callie Smith, and then they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Miami, they're kind of beating their chest a little bit about.
Yeah, they got, I would say, a little bit lucky. But yeah, they made it through.
Yeah, they ended up trading Onsens, which was big.
Yeah.
Too, and that allowed them to get some cash. And, they're talking about how, low their payroll is. But let's just be clear, you guys had Noe and Millie all year. You traded them before the last event. It's not like...
Well, like I said, they got a little bit lucky. It was between them and the Slice. Literally, it was between one match.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they're kind of touting this team they have with Jay and Yuta.
Yeah.
And Maya and Tammy is we made the playoffs with this team. And, they have low payroll. But it's you had Noe and Millie for the entire season. Let's not pretend that you didn't have top-tier players, at least solid players for a good portion of the season.
Yeah.
You traded them at the very end.
Okay.
So anyways, that should be good. Excited about it.
All right, real quick, let's give a big shout out to our sponsor, C&D Pickleball Nets. We love their nets. They are in all the PICKLRs.
Yeah.
Nationwide, worldwide. They are the best pickleball nets out there. If you're building a court, I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me recently, and I've recommended the C&D Pickleball Nets because they are simply the best. Go check them out at bestpickleballnets.com. Use code KOTC. They also have a much more economical net that is still very high quality, delivers the same high quality experience. I just recently saw a facility that was using the Challenger net.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a bad. Listen, it's better
than a facility that was using the Challenger.
Better than
net.
anything else out there for sure. It's a great net, especially for the price, right?
So, thank you for the support. Also, they do custom colors, as Jimmy has said.
Yeah.
Those purple colors,
that purple would be sick.
Yeah, that purple would be great.
Richie's got a custom pink Black Bears net.
Still pink.
Still pink. Looks amazing.
They do powder coating on them, and so it makes it last longer. It's smooth. Just has a really good look to it.
Yeah.
Go check them out. Bestpickleballnets.com.
I saw somebody on Twitter the other day. I can't even remember who it is, so I apologize for not giving them, what's the word? Credit? Mm-hmm. But I saw someone call us the California Pink and Black Bears.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's intimidating.
Well, we do rock the pink.
Okay. All right, Jimmy.
All right.
So we have so much to talk about, and like I said, this podcast will end up being one of our longest ones. Who knows? We'll see. All right. Last time, we talked about behavior by players.
Yeah.
This time, we want to address fans, spectators, and heckling, kind of the code of conduct for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there were some fans there that I believe were brought in by the
home team.
Home
court advantage.
This has happened in other events, right? Al Tyler did it in Atlanta. It's happened in other events before. They brought in a couple. There's only like 5 or 6 kids, by the way.
Yeah.
But they had the mouths and voices of 80. They were rowdy. They were loud. They were, I was told or heard that they were being fed stuff by members of the Utah Black Diamonds staff. This is where we'll talk about that a little bit if that's crossing a line. But look, they were calling James Ignatowicz Addy Daddy.
Addy Daddy.
They were...
Real quick, I don't think that's that bad. I think there is a line. But I don't think Addy Daddy. I don't think that's bad. He calls himself that. I mean, he refers to it.
Yeah, they were asking Matt. They were doing a lot of stuff. But one thing they did say that I thought was very fun. They were doing like basketball chants, like almost like at a high school basketball game.
It reminded me of a basketball game.
Yes.
Yep.
One thing they did do I thought was kind of funny is one of them would yell, well, if someone would put a ball into the net, they would say, "How high is the net?" And the rest of them would yell, "Too high."
They say, "Too tall."
Yeah, too tall. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
They were just rowdy. They were loud. It seemed like. So Max Freeman made a video of you. Did you see that?
I have not.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, so he makes a video of those kids. He has a video of those kids.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, that Max guy sucks, blah, blah, blah. And then it's a video of you missing like 10 balls in mixed.
Okay.
And Max Freeman captioned it, "Hey, kids, I would never lose to Tyler.loong in mixed." You haven't seen that? Okay.
Was that recent?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, funny.
He posted it yesterday.
Nice.
And it's a video of those kids. So clearly they got in his head in some way, shape, or form because he felt they need to respond.
Yeah.
But he did lose to you in men's too. So
Yeah.
and they
For
lost
the second time.
And they lost overall, and they went 0-5 on the weekend. But
Yeah.
at least hold on to that mixed match when you're down 3-0. Because I guess that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, they were rowdy. They were screaming. They were yelling. Jay DeVilliers actually seemed to. I think he took it pretty well.
Oh, he took it very well.
Yeah,
he actually kind of thrives in those environments.
He did like a little like between the leg. It wasn't a tweener.
No,
it was something I've never seen.
He tried to distract him by throwing his leg out there, and then he hit the ball.
Yeah, the ball like went through his leg, and then he hit it. I mean, look, it was entertaining. They were loud. The environment was just out of control. Somebody's hitting balls against our wall behind us.
Exactly. I don't think they'll hear it because these microphones are goated.
That's good because I believe that you're not allowed to hit balls against the wall. But they were just freaking going nuts. And there was a lot of talk. Like, is there a line? Are they crossing the line? So here's my take on it. Okay,
let's hear your take, Jimmy.
I think it's like fans are fans. Let fans fan. Right now, look, fans can cross the line. There are personal things you can say. There are things I think I mentioned, I was at a high school football game last year and they found out the quarterback's girlfriend's name and the whole student section started chanting like, "Brinley's ugly."
Is that crossing the line?
I think that's too far. Like, I think because you're taking personal attacks at some poor girl who is doing nothing but trying to get paid by dating the high school quarterback.
Okay.
Or maybe not trying to get paid.
That's fair.
But again, it's also like in my eyes, it's also fairly like harmless in a way. Like it's not, there's worse. Not saying that it's okay, but there's worse. I felt like these kids were just loud and rowdy. I didn't feel like anything. So what? So during your match with Chicago.
Real quick, you were not there in person for the first one, for the slice. Versus
Yes,
Utah.
I was.
You were there in person?
I was sitting right behind them.
Oh, really?
I was right behind those 5 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You were there for the second one, right? For the Miami.
Yes.
I saw that, yeah.
Yes, but I was there for the slice too. So I was literally right behind those 2 rows behind those kids.
Gotcha.
So.
Which, by the way, on broadcast, it did not represent what was going on. It did not show to the degree that the effect that those fans had on the match.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, look, Callie Smith is very chill. She's chill when she plays. She started getting fired up because they were kind of going at her every time she missed a shot, where she was kind of like fist pumping. So Callie's family is sitting front row behind the benches.
Yep.
These fans are across in the VIP front row. And they're getting very loud after every point, right? I mean, they're not heckling, so to speak, but they are definitely like, it's clear who they're cheering
I would say
for.
they were heckling James and
Yes.
Max, which I actually thought both of them took it pretty good.
Yes,
Max didn't do anything. He didn't react.
Yeah.
And then James was just like in La La Land.
Well, yeah, he always is because he's high on something. And so they were, and then like every time Callie missed a shot, they would obviously cheer and they would scream and get crazy.
Yeah.
So Callie's brother-in-law and sister, who's her twin sister.
No, it wasn't.
It was the other sister.
It was the older one.
Okay. And then their kid and the whole family were sitting across the way, and they start almost yelling back and forth across the court. And at one point, Callie's sister. So let me just be very clear about this because I have talked to Callie. Callie and Kyle Smith, the Smiths, are some of the nicest human beings you've ever met. They're very religious people. I'm not sure I've ever heard Callie swear. Not saying she hasn't, but she's not perfect.
I've heard her say mother trucker.
Trucker, yeah.
Mother trucker.
That's something she would say. Very family-oriented people. And so this is in no way, shape, or form a reflection of them. Just being honest with you, I feel like Callie has no control over what's happening while she's trying to play a match. Okay?
I mean, to some extent, they might.
Sure. Could she turn to them and be like, hey, chill? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So they're screaming back and forth, and the sister stands up and goes double bird, which, by the way, she has long thumbs. Like, it was weird. It was like creepily long, like almost like she had talons, which would be fitting with how she was acting. Then the husband goes bird. Then the little kid, the freaking kid threw the bird.
Yeah.
The freaking kid. So once, and this is the thing that you don't understand. That's what these college kids wanted. As soon as they threw the bird, they got louder and louder, and it started getting crazy. So I guess something was said. I don't know exactly. I've heard one side of it. I'll refrain from using the words, but I guess Elise missed a ball into the net, and the brother-in-law yelled something at Elise about see you next Tuesday.
I heard that. What's he referring to? I don't get what they're referring to.
Spell it out.
Gotcha. Oh, he said the word, or see you next?
He said the word.
Oh, I thought you were saying like, gotcha.
Like serves you right.
Yeah.
And then said the word.
I thought you were meaning like see you at practice next Tuesday.
No. So he allegedly said that.
Okay.
And I guess at that point, Connor Pardo turned around and said, dude, come on. And I don't know exactly what words were exchanged between Connor and him, but I do know at one point he basically called Connor a fat F and said, if I looked like you, my wife would cheat on me. He also started yelling at Connor, saying that, he just went off. Like, he just lost his mind. I don't know what Connor's responses were because obviously we weren't there. I do know at one point, Connor's like, dude, you're literally like here with your family. And he said, your family's probably not even around because they're embarrassed to be with you. You know, if I was as fat as you, I wouldn't want my family around. And I guess Connor responded and said, actually, my family's in VIP while yours is in the free seats, which is a very Connor comment.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how much it escalated or what Connor said back, but they got into it and it got very, very heated to the point where security had to come over. So security comes over.
This was at the end of the match.
At
the very end of the match.
Very match is over and so they escort him out. So they escort this guy out, and I guess the next day they asked the security guard, like, was he like combative when you took him out? Was he? And the guy's like, no, I was talking to him and I was like, bro, like this is pickleball. And he's like, yeah, I just got thrown out of a pro pickleball match. How stupid. I think he was very remorseful. But I also heard, just to be clear, that they had another kid. And this kid was like 3 years old and ran out one of the side doors, literally pieced out, ran out one of the side doors, gone. And the security or one of the volunteers was like, why is this little kid running out? Grabbed her, brought her back in. They had to announce looking for her parents on the freaking intercom. Couldn't find them. And it was this same freaking family. Had no idea where their kid was. Who knows what was going on with them, like just out of control. So again, Callie did issue an apology. She basically apologized to Connor and his wife, said that that's not a reflection of them. She didn't say anything. It's not, I mean, the whole thing was wild, bro. Like it was insane. And yeah, I mean, I think that, like you could hate Connor Pardo all you want. You could hate certain things with the PPA, but I was there. I was there during that match. And I mean, I don't feel like maybe after the fact he didn't back down, but you can't say Connor was the instigator in that incident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like people were getting online, and then this guy made a bunch of anonymous accounts, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Made a bunch of anonymous accounts and then started like lighting them up online. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I don't even know what this website is. There's some other, it's like a kitchen knockoff. I've never heard of it. Mm-hmm. Called Pickleball Clinic. Have you heard of that?
I don't know. Not in this.
They literally copy like their layout and everything copies the kitchen.
Gotcha.
And there was like a whole thread on there about it.
Uh-huh.
And like dudes from Utah, which I thought was weird that like guys that like Jake Waldrum, mm-hmm. I'm just going to call him out, and like Tyler Wren and guys like that were like lighting him up.
Who?
Connor.
Yeah.
And I know they're tight with Callie.
Yeah.
I know that they are, but like, again, why would Callie issue that apology if she didn't feel like the brother-in-law was out of line? She literally disassociated herself with her brother-in-law.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could agree with that, but also, I mean, Connor is essentially her boss.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Get in a fight with your boss.
Especially when we're trying to negotiate contracts.
Exactly, especially at this time.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. But again, Callie didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Callie, I'm sorry, but Callie is absolved from all of this. I don't think Callie did anything wrong. Mm-hmm. Could she have turned him in like chill? Sure. But maybe she did. I don't know. I mean, you couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was wild. So yes, back to the whole question at the beginning. That's crossing the line, right? Like double birding other fans, like that's crossing the line. That's like where like, you see these videos that pop up of baseball games and stuff and fights happen.
Yeah.
And fights break out in the stands. And look, fans being rowdy is a tale as old as time. Like the Bills Mafia, they literally jump through tables. Mm-hmm. Like that's their thing, is they literally jump through freaking tables. The Eagles are known for booing Santa Claus, the Eagles fans, right? Like the Clippers have a whole section, I think it's called the wall, where it's behind the opponent's basket, and you have to wear Clippers gear to sit there. They will remove you. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter if you paid for the seats or not, if you're not in Clippers gear. And it's like this whole wall that's built just to distract opponents.
Yeah.
Like that stuff I have no issue with. I think that's what makes the sport great. I think the Utah crowd was incredible. It was incredible last year. Mm-hmm. If you didn't feel like you had I'm sure you felt like you had a home court advantage.
100%. Yeah.
And it helped. You fed off it, right?
And the funny thing to me is you see all these pro players when they weren't playing, they're all watching these guys, these spectators, these fans, and they're just dying with laughter.
Yeah.
They were loving it. Every single Federico, he was standing in the corner just laughing at them. All these guys, Grayson Golden, all these guys, they're just watching these fans just go.
So there was a corner, I walked over there, and there was a corner, and it was Fed and Pablo and Eric Onsens, and they were watching, and they weren't watching, they were watching Jay's interaction with with those fans. Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
I talked to Samin, so going back to the initial question, but I talked to Samin right after that first match, Utah versus Chicago Slice, and he said, this is electric. This is the best match I've ever seen. This is what MLP needs to be. Now, going back to the question that everyone gets sick of me asking, what is MLP? Do we want this? Do we want to foster this?
We know what
type
MLP is. They've chosen what MLP is going to be. Look, team sports will always be louder and rowdier than individual sports.
So are you okay, or do you think MLP is okay with these fans, for example, if they were heckling CJ Klinger? If they were heckling after every single missed shot, you're fine with it?
I'm fine. I mean, look, CJ's untouchable to me personally.
Yes.
Do these fans know? No.
Exactly.
But look, listen, if this is going to be a true team sport, at some point, you have to. This is why it's so hard to win on the road in sports. Mm-hmm. This is why road games, you win on the road and it's valued way more, right? Mm-hmm. Look at college basketball.
Yep.
Right? Student sections are insane. Mm-hmm. And you go on the road and you win at Kentucky, you win at Kansas, you win at any of these blue blood places. Like, it's massive because you went and you stood They're toe-to-toe with the student sections. And they interview these players, and they're always like what things happen? There's a dude at Duke, a few years ago that literally was like, came out like he was like a baby coming out of the womb in the middle of the team, like shooting free throws.
Yeah.
Just random stuff. Or there is, I think it was North Carolina, where they literally pass out a student cheering guide. And it lists all the cheers that they're supposed to do, but it also lists information about the opponents. And personal information, girlfriend's name, son's name, brother,
Do you think there should be a difference between PPA and MLP in terms of spectator behavior, code of conduct?
No, because here's the thing. There will always be a natural difference. And the reason for that is because there's no teammates on the sideline for PPA. All the players playing are on the court, right? But when there's teammates and coaches and GMs and a whole staff on the sideline, and they jump out of their seats for a big shot, that naturally riles up the crowd. Like, you can fist pump when you're playing and you can scream and yell, but if there's nobody on your bench, it doesn't have the same effect. But when it's a team on your bench and you hit a freaking Ernie, and your entire bench stands up and erupts, just like NBA game when you dunk on someone, right? The bench reactions are the best part. They always zoom in on the bench, and you see the dude on the bench with his eyes bugging.
I mean, I think those are out of control and almost a little bit ridiculous to some degree. But
Sure, but do you remember BYU a few years ago when Peyton Dastrip was at BYU, and he literally had choreographed bench celebrations? They were like rowing the boat, and like that was a little out of control. But the bench feeds the energy in MLP, and that's why I think PPA will never have that same energy. It's like tennis, right? You don't see that same energy in individual sports like tennis and golf and things like that, just because it's just one player.
The thing I will say, and I always said this, but I think pickleball, tennis, these individual sports are so unique, but especially with pickleball, the court is so small. You can't escape the spectators. You can't. On basketball, you can be by them for 1 second, and then at the other 10 seconds later, you're on the other side.
Yeah, and honestly,
you can't hear them.
The dudes from, I mean, there's the people that sit courtside, but those are usually like, they're not as much as heckling because they're rich.
The court is so much bigger than a pickleball court. So if you're trying to heckle, you're yelling, they can't hear you.
Yeah, so I mean, if you sit courtside, they can hear you.
Yeah,
but I mean, LeBron's had guys kicked out before.
Yeah. In pickleball, like, if somebody truly wants to heckle you, they can go to town and they won't stop.
Well, pickleball, they're on top of you.
Exactly.
Like, they are literally on top of you. We've talked about this before. One thing with pickleball is how accessible the fans are. I mean, look, one of the complaints we talked about in the last pod that, like, this players' council or whatever had was, like, they ride the shuttle with the fans after the match. Can you imagine KD or Luka, like, jumping on the bus to get to his car after a match?
The one thing, and I think a lot of players will be in a very rude awakening if this is the path that MLP continues on, which it looks like it will be. So, for example, Elise had her kids there. It was like the primary class, like 10, 15 kids like screaming, "Go Elise!" And they were saying, "Lucky, lucky, lucky," whenever the other team won a point, or scoreboard and stuff like that. Anyways, we were playing a team, and her family, her kids were there, and they were saying some very mild stuff, such as, "Don't miss this serve." Don't miss this serve. And I'm not going to say what player it was, but it's a top 12, top 13 player, men's side. And he was getting really mad that they were saying that. And these were kids.
Really?
And he started getting really frustrated about it. And he visibly started missing a lot of balls. And I'm just going through the list. If you think saying don't miss a serve to certain players is going irritate them, like, there's so much. Imagine people doing this to Matt Wright, to Ben Johns, to Federico, to all these other players.
They would get used to it, because that's why we're trying to go home and away.
Exactly.
Right? That's why this is what happens when you're on the road.
You're going to see some crazy interactions.
Yeah. And look,
crazy interactions.
And look, at PPA it's different, right? One other reason it's different at PPA is because there's so many different matchups that half the time when people are playing, you're neutral. Right? Because you don't care who wins or loses. You're not like a fan of, because the center court has 8 matchups and you're not a fan of every single player, right? So you get pretty neutral. But MLP, it's like when my team is playing, I'm a fan of the Utah Black Diamonds. I'm a fan of the St. Louis Shock.
I mean, I was talking to Connor Garnett about this, and he told me when he was in Atlanta, I believe he was playing with Riley, those fans that whoever brought in, they were literally the chant was F-U Riley, and they were chanting that.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty wild.
Look, like that, obviously, like curse words and things like that. There's a line there.
Like, pretty crazy.
Right. Like, things like that I think is definitely too far. But like I said, also let the fans fan. Like, we don't need staff members yelling to the ranchers, where is Christian, right? Or bring in all Sean, things like that. Like, dude, that's not your role. Like, shut up and play your role. Like, you could cheer for your own team. I cheered for my team all weekend, right? I never once said a single thing to the other team. I didn't even say anything to Colin, even though at one point I did. Colin kept doing this. Every time he missed a shot, he'd go, because he's like complain about the lights. And at one point I looked at our bench and I was like, is he John Cena? Can't see me? Like, what is he doing? Because he literally just every time he just kept complaining about the lights.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Colin wouldn't shake my hand.
Why not?
I tried.
You tried?
So everybody
did
in
he go
line.
like this? Did he do a quick one?
No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. But what he did do, so we're in the line, right? And he's towards the back, and I'm towards the back, all right? I think we're both second to the end. And so we're shaking hands, and he reaches past me to like the person that's like behind me.
He didn't see you, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%
No, he probably didn't see you.
Quit making excuses. I watched it. I looked him right in the eyes. He reached past me so that he didn't have to touch me, touch their hand, and I was like...
Actually, there was a rumor going around. There was a rumor going around that you had COVID, and so maybe he didn't want to...
He actually did have the flu or something, I think.
Maybe he didn't want to touch you. Just
he literally avoided it like the plague. I actually thought it was very funny. I like to live rent free in people's heads. So yeah. And look, he deserves everything he gets. Like, again, he cannot help himself. Like, he could have literally repaired his image so great this weekend by showing up back at the place where it all started, where Colin John's career literally took an absolute downturn, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, anyways, this is a very intriguing debate or conversation with fans, kind of the direction that MLP wants to go. Should PPA follow that route? As I've always said, I'm more against that. Most of my criticism has been towards the players' antics, not the fans.
But wait, though. You did tell me after the match that you loved it because it wasn't towards you.
Sure. So I don't disagree.
Okay, but is that hypocritical?
I mean, to some extent, sure.
There's nothing old school about what was happening.
Once again, most of my criticism has been towards the players. The taunting, the stare downs, and stuff like that.
Would you struggle if you went to say it's the playoffs and you have to go play at Orlando?
Hey, we're flying these guys in wherever we go. So.
Yeah, but if you're playing at Orlando and the fans are like that, they're hostile.
I don't know how I would react. I feel like I would probably be more towards Max Freeman's style. I don't think I'd interact too much. I mean, if there's a sea of them, you can't fight that. You just can't fight that.
I mean, but that's what it is playing. I mean, that's what it is playing on the road, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it happens in high school.
Yeah.
It happens at all levels. But I understand that in tennis, there's probably not a crazy fan base at most schools, where these kids come from, where a lot of these players come from. Where there's this crazy fan base heckling in tennis. It just doesn't happen. But if you played other sports, it's very, very common these
guys in Utah, they were relentless.
Yeah.
Relentless.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting to see which way
but
it goes.
It's all the same how to shut them up.
Well, I mean, you have to win, yeah.
You have to win.
Yeah.
You win, they can't say anything. But guess what?
Could you imagine Hunter dealing with that type of stuff?
No. Listen.
Most of these players, even myself included, it affects them. Even Jay,
that's why they're there.
Even Jay, who was joking around with him, it got under his skin for a little bit.
That's why home field advantage matters.
Yeah.
That's why we need true home and away.
Yeah.
Right? And Hunter's in it. A lot of these players, they're in their feelings.
Yeah.
And they would really struggle with this, for sure. I mean, players don't like when Kate walks to the net and yells, even though she's saying she's pumping herself up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that stuff doesn't really get under my skin. I just think it's so poor form, and it doesn't look good. Yeah. And so that's why I've been more against that.
But look, dude, I know people weren't there, but it was absolutely electric.
Yeah.
It was. And anybody that I heard from multiple people who didn't play in Dallas, I mean, I heard Dallas was incredible. And, just to be fair, most of the people I talked to did not play in Dallas, but they said this was the best.
Well, the funniest thing that a lot of these people were saying is these kids, they weren't even drunk.
They're return missionaries. These are Mormon return missionaries.
They're just hyped up on sugar and caffeine.
They're literally hyped up on swig and sugar cookies, and that's how they work. Can you imagine if they were drunk?
Oh man, that's what BYU basketball games are like. Man.
Yeah, BYU basketball games are nuts.
Yeah,
so you got to get out all that frustration somehow.
Exactly. All right. Anything else you want to discuss on that topic? So
no.
I had a tweet, and Leanne chimed in with Atlanta, and she said there needs to be boundaries. Some of the boundaries were crossed this last week.
Look, and like we said, the double birds. Maybe there does some boundaries were crossed. Are you saying? I mean, I didn't sit by those kids and hear every single thing that came out of their mouth, so I can't say what they did or didn't say was inappropriate, not appropriate. Right. But I do think that just fans being fans and yelling and cheering and literally if they're just pointing at you and they're telling you to pick up the ball, there was a whole section where they were getting,
they told Jade he was right at the bench and they said, sit down. And he sat down and they said, good boy.
Yeah. That stuff is okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
Right. Now, if you're over there talking about, personal attacks, dropping F-bombs.
So with Max Freeman, they were talking about France. I wonder why.
Yeah, they actually said, have you ever been to Paris and the Eiffel Tower or something?
Yeah, stuff like that.
I don't know. It was weird. I didn't understand that, but someone must have told him something.
Huh. Yeah, so I just think it's very interesting because I said this before, every single player is going to react a different way. Every single player.
Yeah.
As I said, this one player, he was getting frustrated with kids saying, don't miss a serve.
Yeah, and then he did?
I don't think he did, but he was mad.
Good. Well, listen, you got to this is what MLP is. This is what team sports are.
Man, this is a long one. All right. So anything else? All right. Let's get into some of the key matchups. Anything you want to discuss?
Yeah. I mean, look, the big thing was Christian Alshon got benched. He was benched by the Ranchers.
Yep.
They didn't formally announce that, but I'm going to tell you he got benched.
For his attitude.
His effort, a couple of decisions he made.
Do you think he was frustrated about that decision or no?
I heard that his response from multiple people was okay. I just don't think he cares. I think that he has a little bit of disagreements, maybe a little not happy with roles and numbers, decisions made, things like that. But I think that he's a great player. I also think he feels pressure because when you traded Etta,
imagine him in Utah.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, but when you traded Etta, you literally just put all the pressure on his shoulders. We saw it with Onsens. Without Christian there, all the pressure was on Onsens, and he blew 2 big leads. He had 2 big leads that would have got them a 6th seed in a first-round bye, and Onsen kind of blew it. I mean, you feel that pressure, and I think Christian might have felt the pressure. And anyway, so he got benched. I think they're sending a message, hoping that Wyatt could at least help him limp into the playoffs.
Wyatt did great.
He did awesome. They went 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1, yeah.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And, Wyatt did awesome. I think Wyatt earned himself his right to be on the team next year. Wyatt played amazing. But it did cost the Ranchers. That decision did cost the Ranchers a first-round bye. Now, look.
Well, we don't know for sure, but yeah.
No, because they're 7 now.
Yes, but you're saying if Alshon was there?
Oh, yes, yeah. yes. We don't know for sure, but it could have.
Yeah.
Now, look, they're going to get Miami, right, in the first round. They should beat Miami pretty handily.
Yeah.
With or without Alshon. They beat Miami in this event without him. So, but the question is, does he come back? Is he done for the year or does he come back?
I would imagine he comes back. Now, whether his attitude has changed, that's a different story, but he's got to be there. Yeah,
so that actually will be interesting to see what happens. Look, dude, a lot of these matches were kind of duds.
Yeah, because most of the playoffs, they were already set. There was only 3 teams that were fighting for that last spot.
Yep.
And after the first or second
You guys
day,
knocked Atlanta out.
We did, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and so a lot of bench players played.
Yep.
One thing I thought was interesting is there is a lot of talk about Noe, right? Look, Noe has a massive target because Zane Navratil, not only was he the captain and one of the best MLP players maybe ever, but he's also beloved in pickleball, right? He's a good personality. He's got a podcast. He's the president of the Players Association. He's very beloved, and so he gets benched. And so Noe is going to get put under a microscope. And I think most people feel like Zane and Will or Noe and Will are very similar in men's.
There's trade-offs.
There's trade-offs. But Noe's advantage, is what I've heard from multiple people, was mixed. Mixed was going to be Noe's advantage. And him and Megan did not do well this week.
Yeah.
I did hear, though, that Megan struggled with.
Would you have made that trade?
No, I don't think that. My personal opinion, I think Noe's a great player.
I don't mind the trade, but from what I've heard of the amount of cash that was involved, I would not have done it for the
I don't
cash.
think Noe is enough of an upgrade.
Yeah.
Now, if it was Ben, if it was Christian, if it was, there's other players out there that I think are enough of an upgrade that I would do that. I don't know if for the cash and for the numbers thrown around, if Noe was enough of an upgrade. I mean, you already were the 3 seed.
Somebody said if they don't win the championship, then it wasn't worth it. The trade wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Is that true? Do they have to win it, or is a top 3 finish good enough?
Yeah, you have to win.
You have to win.
You have to win because, look, you spent a shitload on Mari. You spent a ton on Noe.
Okay.
Right? You can't keep either of them.
Okay.
You can't even keep Megan at this point.
Okay.
Right? You're not going to keep Zane, I assume. So it's going to be Will and AL.
Okay.
Is all you're going to have left from this team. I guess they could technically keep Noe because he was drafted.
Yeah, I thought the rules on that are really
nobody even knows.
Really complex.
Sameen doesn't even know. Let's be honest. So, but yeah, I mean, look, you're losing 3 of those players at a bare minimum.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, you got to win it. If you don't win it, it was all.
All right, real quick, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, and we are going to break some news with them as well. But first and foremost, Vulcan. They're a key sponsor of the King of the Court podcast. We love them. This ball, the V Pro Flight, was used in this MLP.
Yeah. And it will be continued. This is one thing that we need to get straight. It will be continued to be used in MLP.
And also Duper.
It is the official ball of Duper. So look, if you are playing in any Duper sanctioned events, which there are thousands and thousands and thousands across the United States, you will be using the Vulcan ball, minor league pickleball. So you want to get your 4 friends together, Duper 12s, 16s, 18s, 20s, 22s, you'll use the Vulcan. Collegiate pickleball, high school pickleball. I mean, Vulcan is still the official ball of pickleball.
The official ball of pickleball.
Yes.
Exactly.
But we will break some news.
Okay.
PPA has signed a deal to use, moving forward, the Lifetime ball.
I think it's called the Lifetime 48.
Lifetime 48 because it's got 48 holes.
Gotcha.
They're using that ball for PPA events only moving forward.
Yep.
Now, let's talk about this a little bit. One, not many people have used it. It's been used at a couple events earlier this year, but there hasn't been a ton of players. It's not actually easily accessible. I think you can get it at Lifetimes or if you play at Lifetimes, but you haven't really been able to buy it. I think
Pickleball Central is starting to carry them.
They're only doing pre-orders.
Oh, pre-orders.
Gotcha. And it's $29 for a 6-pack. So if you didn't like the Vulcan cost when it first came out, which by the way, Vulcan is $2.50 a ball right now.
The only thing with a Lifetime is they might last longer.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And they could. Yeah. So here's my thought on Lifetime ball. I have used it. I have played with it. It is a harder ball. It bounces higher.
It 100% is a harder ball. It bounces higher, as Jimmy said. If I had to quantify, I would say it's probably 15 to 20% harder than a Vulcan ball.
Yes. So there are players out there. Hunter Johnson is a great one.
It's harder than the Dura ball.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Way harder than the Dura. Grayson Golden. Those guys are pumped because, look, they are going to rip everything. And now, instead of balls bouncing, knee high, right, or waist or thigh high, these balls are going to be coming up waist high and belly high. And obviously, the higher the ball is, the easier it is to drive. And if you didn't like, Fed called it mini tennis the first time they used the Lifetime ball, well, you better lock in because pickleball is now going to 100% turn to drive and crash. We're not going to see. No. I mean, look, the ball is going to dictate the style, which was already trending that way anyways. We played a mixed match over the weekend against Bay Area, DJ and Alex Strong, and Michael Lloyd just drove 11 straight balls, basically. I mean, ripped every ball. He was ripping thirds, fifths, sevenths, and it's going to be even more so with the Lifetime ball.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those power players are pumped.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Like, it fits their game, right? Good for them. Other players don't love it. They're not happy about the change. I mean, Fed threw out in Twitter a middle finger when Grayson Golden was talking about how excited he was about it. So we'll see what happens because, I mean, get your eyewear, Get your protection.
Yeah.
Hot paddles and
I might be considering it now.
Yeah, hot paddles in this ball. Like all of you purists out there, the game's about to change.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure.
But again, it is a great ball. It lasts a long time.
It has a true bounce for the most part.
It has a true bounce.
Yeah. Except for I have noticed more skips. Not like weird bounces, but more skips.
It does skid and skip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, no, it's a plastic ball. Nothing is ever going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But I do think that on the amateur side of things, the Vulcan ball still fits the amateur game much, much, much better.
Yeah.
Especially all of you scared of eye injuries.
Yeah.
But for the pro game, I actually don't have any issue with the pro game having its own ball. In the NFL, they use like real leather pigskins, like real leather balls, where like if you look at, high school they try to use leather, but if you look at like the age groups, the younger age groups, kids love those freaking synthetic, grippy Nike ones, the synthetic leather ones, because the grip's better. You can throw them better. You can, So I think it's okay if there's different balls for each one.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction is that the next few months we may see quite a few upsets with this ball.
Singles is going to be completely completely unhinged.
Singles, doubles, everything. I think there's going to be a lot of upsets because, as you said, people are going to be ripping the ball, and it's going to take players time to adjust. I think players will adjust, and then maybe in a year, people will be able to slow it down, kind of get back to the cat and mouse. But at least for right now, there's going to be a lot of driving and crashing, a lot of speed ups, a lot of taking the balls out of the air.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be that many long dinking rallies.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's still players that will always play that style, but everyone better adjust because, I mean, our boy's gone, QD, but he would eat with this ball.
Yeah. So. Not only that, serves will be huge.
Oh, yeah. Serves are massive. Everyone's going for their serves now. So,
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, look, it's just going to change the style, and it's not whether it's good or bad one way or the other, it's just going to be different.
Okay, real quick, let's go back to the MLP Salt Lake a little bit. Any other matchups that you liked or teams that have a lot of momentum right now? We can talk about my team. So the Utah Black Diamonds, we traded for Etta. Jeannie Arokina, she went down to the Chefs.
We played her.
And yeah, we went 4-1 this weekend. I thought Connor Garnett, I've known him a couple of years. I've been playing with him for the last year and a half. And this last weekend was the best I have ever seen him play.
100%.
Seen him play.
Connor Garnett was you can say whatever you want, but Connor Garnett was the best player.
He was a top 4 player right now.
He was absolutely incredible. I don't think he lost the men's.
I don't think he lost a match.
A match?
I think he went undefeated.
Yeah, he
100%.
He was nuts. Connor put. Oh no, because you guys lost 3-1 to Texas, so he must have lost.
No, that was me that lost. Or let's see,
it was 3-1.
Oh, it was 3-1. Gotcha.
You lost men's.
Yeah, lost men's.
So he lost one match all weekend. Yep. Yeah, Connor was out of control. He was insane. I mean, props to him. The guy brought it. I mean, he played really well, and he's the OC kid is over.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna call him.
Wonder if anything's changed in his personal life to justify that change.
I don't know, but good for him.
Interesting.
Big dubs for Connor.
Yeah.
And the Black Diamonds, 4-1's no joke.
Yeah.
You go 4-1 at any event, it's no joke.
Yeah.
I mean that's hard to do. So yeah, that's awesome for you guys. I thought that you guys played really well.
Now all he needs to do is just carry this freaking momentum and we're good.
Yeah. You guys play Orlando, who you guys swept 4-0.
Yeah. Yep.
4-0 sweep.
Yeah.
And let's just be clear, that was one of the only matches where they went with their full squad. And you guys swept them 4-0, so it'll be interesting.
We played them a previous time. They beat us 3-1, but me and Connor actually beat Dylan and Fed, but then we lost everything else.
So then you just beat Dylan and Fed again.
Yeah, so hopefully that we can continue with that.
Ed and Elise played well too.
Yes, yep.
In the women's side.
Yep.
In mixed, you and Elise probably need to practice a little bit.
Ed, you mean?
You and Etta. Granted, you guys were up 3-0, I think, almost every time you went
out. So the first two matches were really rough. And then I think we kind of started gelling a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully
when you're up 3-0, it's so
they got to get rid of that fourth game. They got to figure something out.
I agree. Get rid of it.
Win or lose, I don't care. They got to figure something out.
Dude, Martin got hit in the freaking jaw by Lena.
Yeah, I heard about that. He had a mark right here.
Huge mark. I mean, full swing, two-handed backhand. He went to poach. He freaking drilled him in the jaw. It was 6-6 when that happened. It was 3-0. We were up 3-0. It was game 4. It was against Vegas. It was 6-6 when that happened, and I promise you that, like, he just dumped 5 straight balls into the net to get off the court. Yeah. So
is pickleball a contact sport?
it is now. At least Jones, ATP, put that on SportsCenter, although I think she could have got there without diving, just saying.
I tell her this every time. I say, you got to be faster. You got to stop rolling.
Yeah. But
okay, anything else you want to discuss?
No.
We have a lot of questions that came in, I think.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to questions. We got Bristol coming up.
Hey,
I think I have some
ETH is above 3,700. Let's go.
Let's see. I actually have some questions. Tyler?
Okay, go for it if you have them ready.
Well, I don't know if I have them ready.
All right, real quick, we got to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, which is
Holey
Performance.
Yeah.
Jimmy, tell us about holeyperformance.com and our limited exclusive flavor white gummy.
Yeah, so I actually this weekend, this is probably great because Holey is in all of the PICKLR Pro shops. The one thing that I really loved about Holey was it was cold in there. I don't think people realized it was pretty cold indoors.
Do they make hot chocolate?
They did not, but it was cold. People were wearing sweatshirts. It was 99 degrees outside. It was cold inside, which is good because you want to play you're going to get hot. But you started to sweat and not realize it because it was so cold. And so I started drinking my Holey, right? Like I was playing a little rec, playing here and there, and you started to sweat and you don't realize it. The players, like a couple players were like cramping. And it's like, you got to remember, that water is not enough. Water is not enough. You need to have more. I actually had a doctor say that once to me. He said, look, water is great. Drink your water, but it's not enough.
Yep.
So Holey Performance
has all the nutrients, all the good nutrients. They have a ton of different options to choose from, different products. Use our code KOTC at holeyperformance.com.
Yes.
Thank you for the support. Also, check out our limited exclusive edition white gummy. Tastes incredible and also gives you all the nutrients that your body loses throughout the day, whether you are playing or being active or not. Jimmy, real quick, I just wanted to follow up with something. You said that you talked to many players and that all of them said they enjoyed the indoor pickleball.
Every single player.
Is indoor pickleball the future of
So I
pickleball?
literally walked around. I had this I did a little
Q&A?
little Q&A marketing thing for Vulcan and the PICKLR. And I walked around and I asked them 3 questions. I said, indoor, outdoor pickleball. Every single one of them said indoor. Not even like...
How many did you ask?
10, 11.
We need names.
I mean, Fed, Angie Walker, Martina Frantova, Paula, Grayson Golden, Lane Sleeth, Lina.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, it was everybody. Will Howells.
You obviously didn't ask Colin Johns then.
I did not ask Colin Johns. I wish I would have. And then I asked Lifetime or Vulcan Ball. And it was pretty split.
Yeah.
And you could guess who chose the Lifetime.
So more of the ex-tennis players, the players that like to drive more speed.
There was only one player. I won't say their name because they didn't even want to give an answer because they were worried about getting fined. One player I would say that drives the crap out of the ball every single time they play. That said Vulcan.
What does her name rhyme with?
It was a female.
What team does she play for?
Fartina Mantova. It rhymes with that.
Fartina, nice.
Yeah. So, and then the third question was favorite podcast.
Who was it?
I mean, most of the time it was us because I was asking, but...
Who was the second?
Well, the Smash Girls said Bad Calls Pod.
Okay.
Which makes
They're
sense.
afraid of getting cut.
They're afraid of getting cut. Yeah, they don't want to get yelled at by Travis. Zane, I told Zane he couldn't choose ours or his, and he chose Sorry Not Sorry.
Okay.
And I said, you like how Chris Callie is just like, all the time and yelling? And Zane said, I actually just watched the clip, so I don't actually watch the pod. So anyways.
Okay, awesome.
Indoor, yes. Indoor is the future.
Okay. I've said this before. I've been the biggest believer that I know, honestly, that for indoor pickleball. However, I'm not stupid enough to say, hey, outdoor pickleball doesn't work. If you go to California, if you go to San Clemente, if you go to New York, Central Park, those places are incredible. You can't replace those.
No.
But for the vast majority, I honestly do think...
What if MLP was all indoor?
I would love it. I mean, did you not see the atmosphere this last weekend?
Yeah. PPA outdoor, MLP indoor?
Well, I still think PPA can do
some more indoor?
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. All right. Getting on to questions.
Oh, yeah. Tyler will never answer this on the pod, so I thought I'd send it to you. How great would a mixed matchup be between Jaume and Paris versus Hunter and Lane Sleeth?
Would be great.
Who wins that?
Hunter and Lane versus Jaume and Paris.
Yeah. Lane's the most improved player in Challenger, by the way. If anybody, they're gonna do. I think there's some voting coming out. I think they do voting, don't they, for MVP and stuff? Lane Sleeth is a monster. Anyways,
I'll let you answer that.
I think it'd be tough. It'd be close. I think it depends on who.
So you're not answering it.
No, I think it depends on who gets in their feelings more. Who lets emotions take control. And we know Hunter's a very emotional guy, right?
Yates is hilarious. I like Yates.
Yates is funny. By the way, we didn't talk about this. New expansion team
Okay.
for MLP. The Palm Beach Royals.
Which is the name of a high school, apparently.
Oh,
out there.
really?
Yeah, that's what people were saying.
Oh, well, the Palm Beach Royals, they're big fans of the pod, by the way.
Cool.
These two guys, they own Hyperspace Ventures. They're venture capitalists.
I think one of them did top court.
Oh, really?
I think one of them was.
Yeah, I mean, they're huge in pickleball, guys. I guess they're like, 5'0", 5'5" players. Like, they're very solid. They played tennis at North Carolina.
Are any premier teams consolidating?
I don't know what's going to happen because
I've heard mixed things.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Honestly, like we'll see. So.
Any other?
Oh, yeah. You go. I think I have more. I'll find
Somebody
them.
said, Tyler, how long are you keeping the blonde again? You were on fire this weekend. Thank you. I would not say the first day. Second day was better, but then after that, I started playing much better. But first day was, don't watch that. Yeah, I actually did not play BCO, and so I haven't played in a tournament format or even matches for quite a while, and that was very apparent on that first match.
All right, Jeannie says, not Jeannie B or Jeannie E, but she says, who pays for the events? The home team. Yes, they're supposed to. They're supposed to cover the events.
Why did you say supposed to?
Well, I'm not there to see if the check gets cut. Second thing is, in the playoffs, why do the top seeds get to pick their opponents? I've never heard of this in professional sports. It's actually a good question. I think it's something that is unique for MLP because usually in the playoffs, the number one team, their advantage is they get home court advantage. Right?
I like it. I think it's cool.
Yes.
It's unique.
But like usually the top seeds get home court advantage. We don't have that in PPA and MLP.
Salt Lake would like to have a word.
I'm just saying that we don't have it in terms of like the playoffs you're not hosting. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I think that the way to give the top seed an advantage is they let them pick.
Okay. Why was Ali P wearing why was Ali? That question does not make sense. They said, what? Okay, never mind. What was Ali P wearing on her hat?
I didn't see it.
I'm assuming it was a Squeeze logo or something like that.
I have no idea. I didn't see it.
Why were so many resting? Lacey, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to play for, right? And it's a grind, dude. This is 8 weeks, 8 out of 9 weeks. So I think that they're just and a lot of players are headed to Bristol, and then they're headed straight to the playoffs.
Has BPJ, James Ignatowicz, swung back around to being likable? No, but I will say this. No, he's fine, but his content has gotten better. Like, he's kind of funny. He does do some funny things. But, man, talk about a guy that, like, I don't know if he just has, and look, I'm not judging. I don't know if he has some sort of social anxiety or what, but that dude could be beloved by everybody. His interviews used to be funny, right? When he was with AB, clearly AB was very good for him. He was talkative. Fans loved him. Now he like talks to nobody. He just sprints from court to get out of there. You never see his personality come out. Well, that's because he's not winning. They don't interview him.
I know, but it's just like you just, I don't know. I feel like that dude has fallen off big time. I also think Max Freeman has out of James, Ryan, and Max, I think Max has the highest ceiling.
In terms of skill, talent?
And talent, but I think he needs to break away from James.
What about Ryan Fu?
I think Ryan Fu, honestly, like for a guy who's not like overly talented, I'm just being honest, he's maximizing his talent level.
I'm playing with him.
You are?
Yeah.
What tournament?
Virginia.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
He literally has a low pickleball IQ, so good luck with that. But he has maximized his talent. Oh, Virginia Beach?
Virginia Beach.
Oh, he's good for Virginia Beach. He'll know where to get all the drugs.
He's been playing well the last 1 to 2 months.
He's fine.
Most fun to watch at Utah, Jay DeVilliers and Fubin Misa.
Oh yeah, they're fun. I mean, look, Yuta is a right side guy. He can't play left. He can't play mixed.
So he's got that unique what do you call
a windshield
it?
wiper.
Windshield wiper, backhand or forehand that goes on the backhand side.
Yeah.
It looks great and it creates good highlights, but it is a liability in my opinion for some shots. And I think at the higher level it gets exposed a little bit more.
Yeah, and he can't play mixed. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not a mixed guy. He can't get big on the left. But sure, as a right side guy.
It was funny, though, because I don't know the correct way to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Get mad at Jimmy for this. But some people say Utah, and then others say Utah. And so in the beginning, when the Utah fans were cheering, they were saying, let's go Utah. He got up and started pretending to lead them in the chant because they were cheering for his name, which I thought was kind of funny.
That is funny. I heard that he speaks like no English, and they have to like chat GPT, like translate like all the like strategy and stuff, and then show him on the phone. I think that's kind of rad, honestly.
Biggest disappointment of the Utah MLP? Somebody said Dylan Frazier or somebody else.
Christian Alshon not being there. Dylan didn't care. They were already locked in. They weren't moving.
Okay. Did you use rollout courts for MLP Utah? No, those were permanent courts.
Permanent, yeah. And it showed.
So somebody asked this question last time, and I don't know what they're referring to. They said, what is the deal with the Dallas Flash owner Mark and him biting a towel? Was he biting a towel or something?
I've never seen that. Maybe he just gets nervous. But Jerry Tarkanian used to do that, or the old UNLV Running Rebels basketball coach. So maybe that's what he does.
I don't know. I don't know what they're referring to, but they've asked that question.
I know, but Mark's a freaking G. Love that guy.
I know. Hearts. I love indoor. Talk about the heat effects, play, paddles, and balls. Yeah, so we've talked about this before, but in my opinion, I think playing indoors is more of a consistent atmosphere for everybody involved. Outdoors, the heat affects the paddles, making the ball softer, making the paddles softer, everything like that. Also, it exhausts you a lot more. You lose a lot more sweat, nutrients, and everything like that. Balls outdoor, for the most part, as long as it's hot, they're going to bounce softer. The temperature indoors, as Jimmy was saying, it was actually cold inside. And so it just depends on where you're at. But playing indoors, you're going to have more of a continuous atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that's I think Tyler nailed it. The other thing I think is at some point we are going to see different balls for different climates.
But if it's indoors,
indoors you don't have to worry about that.
You shouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but if we ever go outdoor, it's gonna for sure.
All right, I actually agree with this, and I think Zane tweeted this the other day, but somebody said, the upside-down team hat is one of the dumbest trends to date. I thought it was cool when it first started, like 2 years ago, but now I feel like it's very...
Look, everybody's doing it, but like there's worse things in the world to get upset about, right? Like I think they're fine. I have the PICKLR one. I think the PICKLR one's pretty sick.
It is cool, but this trend was literally 2 years ago.
I agree. I think that Zane was saying that because everybody was wearing them. At MLP Salt Lake, which shout out to the PICKLR merch department because clearly they're doing a good job if everybody has one. But yeah, like it's kind of run its course. So what are we going to next? I mean, dude, we have a friend who literally has an entire company
that started that way.
Started just off of that, and they're crushing it.
Yeah,
absolutely crushing it. Yeah. So, I mean, he's taken every high school, college.
He does it full time, right?
I think he's doing mostly,
Okay.
NFL, every team you can think of, states. And all he's done is flip it upside down, and he is absolutely.
I do agree, though. I am
printing money.
I am quite sick of it. But if you like it, go for it.
Yeah.
How does UPA plan on getting any TV deal when the current viewing experience sucks?
I think they're gonna have to change things, right? But I think if you do have a TV deal and you have NBC or Golf Channel or whoever it is, or Fox, whoever it is they're talking to that comes in. I'm pretty sure that those guys know what they're doing, and they'll be able to enhance the viewing experience.
The only thing I've always said with pickleball is it's the traveling circus. Every single week there's a new tournament. They're bringing their equipment across the country, And so getting set up, I mean, you would think they would have some sort of a routine down, but it's still difficult. I mean, setting up these cameras, the audio, the speakers, the DJ, the security, the staff, the food, the bleachers, everything, it adds up. And so they need a lot of funding to make sure it looks really high end.
Agreed, Tyler.
Who paid the super annoying hecklers to heckle the Black Diamond?
I don't think
opponents?
They paid them. I think they just invited them.
They gave them some caffeine and some soda, and they were good to go.
They were like, "Here's some Sour Patch Kids."
The one thing I'll say is one or two of those kids actually do play pickleball, and they're actually a 5.0 plus player, and so he knew what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then those were just friends of his.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Didn't Jaume learn from Fed? Couldn't do much with the ball all weekend. I think they're referring to Jaume using the Adidas paddle.
Yeah. Look, Jaume is signing with Adidas, so I'm just telling you guys that right now.
Yeah, but Fed also signed with them too.
They did, and I guess we'll see what happens. But some, I'm sure Adidas's contracts have definitely changed, probably tightened up. But some dipshit on Facebook was like, "Why is Jaume using that Adidas paddle? It's trash." And I said, "Well, get used to it. He's going to be using it every tournament moving forward." And he said, "Can you confirm that?" And I said, "Yes, I just did." And he said, "I'll wait until I hear confirmation from somebody else." And I was like, "Then why did you ask, you dummy?" Like,
he wanted to wait for a legitimate confirmation.
Yeah. Then why did you ask me? Like, yeah.
Wait, did he tag you?
Yeah.
Oh, he tagged you.
Like, go away. Then don't ask me.
MLP looks bad with all the bad teams. Missed balls like rec players look unprofessional.
Get out there and let's see the difference. I go count. We literally have a rec game right in front of our faces right now. We've become tennis sucks. And if you want to talk about, like, it looks nothing like rec play. Okay. I'm watching. These ladies are probably 4-0s, I would guess. And it's nothing like rec play. So knock it off. You're not as good as you think you are. Too many people have no idea the level and the gap between pro pickleball players and you.
All right, this one's funny. Jimmy, I'm sure you have some, whether or not you want to share any. Somebody said, any crazy Mormon stories since you all live in Utah? Do you have any crazy ones that come to your mind right now?
I do have one that I'll share that's kind of funny. So, like, Mormons have this thing where like, if you do something wrong, LDS people, you confess your sins, just like Catholics do, but you confess them to your bishop.
Uh-huh.
So I was one day, this was like freaking 10, 15 years ago. I was at church, and I was the guy that was in charge of counting the tithing. So when you pay tithing, right, like, I was in charge of counting it. So I open up this tithing slip, right? And what you do is back then, people were still writing checks. So they write a check, and I open it up, and on the slip, so the slip is not you've seen them, right? It literally says tithing, donations. There's not a lot of room. This lady wrote all around the outside a full confession about how she'd been banging her landlord. And she wrote the confession on the slip.
Did she sign her name?
Yes. And she still had her tithing filled out and the check in there. And I was like, no. So I just went and handed it to the bishop. And
Does
I was
it count? Is she forgiven?
I don't know. I just handed it to him and I peaced out.
Oh, that's funny.
But that one was probably the most interesting. But dude, Mormons are nice. They're good people. They're kind.
Crazy stories.
They love family. Lena and Lane were like, gosh, we could move here.
Yeah.
Very family oriented. They don't drink. She's like, they're all blonde hair, blue eyed.
Yeah.
We'd fit in great.
All right, somebody said, how many players in MLP live in or near the city they play for? Very few. There are some that do, but very few, which Utah, they actually have all their players, all their starting players, which I think is super impressive.
Now, the other team that may have a chance is Palm Beach.
Okay.
Because Palm Beach County that's where it's Boca. That's
yeah,
where
but we don't know who their players are.
No, but what I'm saying is Utah doesn't. But what I'm saying is there's a possibility that Palm Beach could.
I mean, not to tout Utah, but there's 7 or 8 players that are playing in MLP.
Yeah.
And the thing that I love about Utah is Florida has a ton. They have the most by far, but a lot of those players have moved there for pickleball.
Yeah.
Utah, all these people, they're homegrown. Dude, they're local.
Jaume stayed at Todd's house, Todd Foot's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stayed at Todd's house.
Nice. Okay, let's answer a few more. Somebody said, why do CJ and Andre not like each other? I don't know why you would say that.
They like each other. It was a joke. I doubt they even talk to each other.
Why does Paris never give Simone credit when she does any of her background?
Should she give Simone credit?
I think they partnered for a decent amount at the beginning.
But Paris, the only person that gets credit is Paris in Paris's eyes.
Okay.
And if you haven't realized that by now.
Somebody said, why did Tyler re-dye his blonde hair?
Why don't you ask him? Tyler, why did you re-dye your blonde hair?
I don't know. Midlife crisis,
Did you hear
round 2.
what Mish said about it?
She came up to me afterwards and said, hey, I accidentally called you a silver fox, and I didn't know the meaning of that.
Yeah, and she said it was a little boy bandish.
Yeah.
But she did call you a silver fox.
Yeah.
Which basically means she thinks you're hot.
There
She just got married, though.
Let's go,
She
Mish.
just got home from her honeymoon. Croatia.
Croatia, really?
Yeah. Kind of a
I
sick
hear it's
honeymoon.
really pretty out there.
Yeah, sick honeymoon spot.
Why is Tyler losing with Etta? Ouch.
Because he just said he hasn't played since BCO.
Well, the first 2 matches were really bad. Then I feel like in match 3 and 4, we kind of started getting some gel. We actually won one of them, and then the last match we lost. So
Yeah.
I think it's just more chemistry. She's a great player. I got to step up, but I think we'll do better.
Yeah, I agree.
Can they feature miles per hour of serves and shots?
Ooh, that'd be sick.
I've said this for a little bit. I think it'd be really cool, a really cool feature to add. I think people would actually like that. They could do it, but they
could. The only issue with it, truthfully, is you'd have to educate people on it. Because if somebody hits like a 50-mile-per-hour serve, some rando would be like, oh, that's weak. Because they're comparing it to a baseball going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, I still think it'd be really cool.
Or a tennis serve going 120.
Hey, more exposure. Make fun of us all you want.
Yeah.
Get us on ESPN.
Yeah.
This kid hit a 10-mile-an-hour ace.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Angie Walker hit this ace right down the tee, and it hit, and it Martin missed it. He got a paddle on it, but he hit it straight up in the air into the freaking ceiling, right? And we had no reason whatsoever to challenge it. Literally no reason, but we did anyways.
And you won?
And we won.
Really?
We did that twice. There were 2 balls that we challenged just to use a timeout, just because we needed to use the timeout because we were out of them, and we won both of those challenges. Michael Lloyd was 2 for 2 on random challenges just to use as a timeout.
Smart. All right, last 2 questions. What is the success rate of an ATP winning a rally versus it being defended? I would say in the past the win rate of hitting an ATP was a lot higher than it is now.
Way higher.
ATPs are getting defended almost as much as they are winning the point.
Yeah, I would say it's probably 60-40.
Yeah, I would go around there.
Yeah.
60-40.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting defended a ton because here's the thing is most players that are hitting an ATP, it's coming into the court. Like 80% of the time or more, it's going to land in the court. Like that's how good players have gotten.
Yep.
You know, we did have one this weekend. Martin jumped an ATP, and he went to defend it, and it landed short, and he got a paddle on it. It wasn't going to make it.
Connor Garnett is known for his ATPs, and he's pulled out some sick shots that I rarely see him do. So he holds his backhand, acts like he's going ATP, and then he goes sharp cross court because the people start defending ATP, and they're out of position.
Yeah. You know who else has a really good 2E ATP is Riley Newman.
Yeah, he holds it well. Yeah,
he holds it to the last second.
There's a few. Jesse Irvin, she has a good one.
Yeah, I actually took a lesson when I first started playing pickleball from your favorite person, Susie Anderson.
Let's go, Susie. She was my mix partner.
Yeah, the one thing that I got out of that was she said, you have way more time than you think you do.
Yeah, you want to wait for the last possible second to hit the ATP.
She said the problem is too many players rush.
Yep.
And she's like, you have more time than you think, I promise.
Okay. Last 2 questions. Here we go. Why doesn't Tyler take more balls when playing with Etta? Well, Etta's a great player, so I feel like she can hold her own. I still think I might be able to take a few more balls, but Etta's good. She can hold her own.
I don't know.
Okay, last question. Well, it's not really a question.
Dude, I'll just reference the Bears again real quick. Is like Michael Lloyd, like he's a great player, right? Incredible player. But I don't want Michael Lloyd taking too many dinks from Lane Sleeth because Lane Sleeth does not miss dinks.
Yep.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Okay, so I was watching your match, Bears versus Bay Area, and Lina was playing in singles in the Dream Breaker.
Yeah.
And there was a ball that was called out.
Yeah.
And Bay Area really seemed to think it was in. And Scott Crandall
Yeah.
He threw his hat on the ground, made a big scene about it.
Yeah, so it was 6-4.
Uh-huh.
Lena called it out.
Yep. Did you see the ball?
I did not see the ball. It was in the far corner.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
No, I really couldn't see it.
Okay.
It was in the far corner. I was actually sitting down, so the net was right in my sight line.
Okay.
Lena called it out. Scott, they challenged it, which is fine. Look, call it. I think in singles, it's the hardest to call lines. Mm-hmm. So they challenged it. The refs come back and said they actually did not have a view of that part of the court.
So call stands.
Scott Crandall took his hat, threw it on the ground. I'm pretty sure he stomped on it.
Yeah, he's
freaked out. Like all these freaking just over the top, just like throwing his hands in the air. We end up winning the Dream Breaker.
Yeah.
Afterwards, like basically I heard them say that Lena was a hook. I heard all these things. I guess Scott approached. I saw him talking to Samin later about it, going off about it. And it was like, dude, first of all, like whether it was in or was out, I don't know. Right. Mm-hmm. Lena is not a hook by any means. That's not Lena's. That's if that was a bad call, that's the first bad call I've seen Lena make in 5 events. Mm-hmm. In fact, she kind of errs on the side of caution almost. Like she plays too many balls. She's like J-Dub.
Games get close.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that. The other thing is it wasn't even that close. It was 6-4.
Yeah.
Like you had plenty of time to come back.
Yeah.
But I get it. Scott's upset. He's competitive. But I think what really bothered me about it was like, dude, you throw your hat, you stomp it, you freak out.
Scott, so Scott came up to me because I was watching it as well, and he said, "I saw you, and so I wanted to make a scene just for you."
Oh, really?
That's what he says.
It did feel manufactured. I just want to be clear about that.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Jimmy?
No, I'm excited.
This week we have Bristol. I mean, we'd love to recap it. It's one of their what do they
semi-progressive.
Call it? Semi-progressive, where they do the semifinals on Saturdays.
So it'll be interesting. So some players might be gone by the weekend.
For sure. I was planning on doing singles there, but then this came up, and so I decided to just do mixed doubles and men's doubles.
Smart.
And then the week after is the playoffs.
San Diego. Yeah. We'll be there.
Real quick, MLP PPA, they were kind of thrown together last minute this year. Do you think next year we will have a PPA in the middle of a MLP season?
I think that they still will have a couple, only because there's a couple contracts still outstanding.
Gotcha.
Venue contracts outstanding. But after that, I don't think we will.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. All right. If you guys have made it this far, please do us a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. It helps this channel grow. It helps us be able to continue to do this.
Yeah.
Put food on the table.
In the middle of a day on a Monday.
Exactly. All right. We'll see you guys later. See you.